Text says, I literally fell asleep watching. Turned it off with 3 minutes left in the third. Another says, switched it over in the second quarter. It was clear they didn't come to play, didn't come to fight. I was on Netflix. Guys, last night was very irritating. The rough ride of both series falls on Duren. Dude turned into a ghost when the playoffs started. Name on his jersey should read Casper. Brian at work. Another says, imagine if the Cavs made their free throws. They missed 16 of them, and they still won by 30. John, when did you turn it off? Because no one's making it to the end of that game.
No. And I kept looking at it going, you know what? I don't want to start my week off behind the eight ball. I don't want to start off trying to catch up with sleep all week long. No. Halftime, I'm out. It was 64-47. And I understand, and I fully admit that they could have had a second half like they did in Game 6 against Orlando. Mm-hmm. I didn't see that happening against Cleveland. And I thought for the second half, first of all, I'm not going to waste my time. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to waste losing sleep. And for the half, if they come back, maybe we all do the jinx thing. I don't believe in the jinx, but hey, maybe if I turn it off, if I mute it, like I had tried everything else, nothing was working, so I'm out.
I really debated going because of what we do. Like, it's a quick turnaround. You're not leaving in a timely manner. But I said, hey, you know what? It's Game 7. I'm going to go to game. And every game I had been to in this postseason, they won, including the previous Game 7. So I'm thinking, hey, I'm feeling good after Game 6. I want to be in the building. This is going to be great. I bump into Stoney at halftime. He said, go home and get some sleep. I didn't. I stuck around for another quarter and saw them go down 26 points before saying, I'm out. Gator and I, he looked dejected too. Just, this isn't worth our time. Let's go home.
So you text us that you were leaving after 3, and I text back, I'm going to bed. Yeah. So I stuck to the third too. And the reason was the Orlando Game 6, but also I didn't trust the Cavs to come out and play that way in the third quarter. Like, I thought they were a very Jekyll and Hyde team all series long. And they basically continue to do exactly what they did in the first half. Listen, people don't want to hear this, but Donovan Mitchell probably played the best thorough game of his career last night. He came out and was facilitating, and the Pistons weren't ready for him to dish it off. They thought he was going to take the shots, and it opened up everything. Sam Merrill, he was phenomenal early when they started Strus, and that didn't work for him really, and then it just opened things up from there.
They got downhill early. They went to the rim, and that's just not acceptable for a Pistons defense. You can't be Matadors. All of a sudden, they get 2-on-1s. They're going downhill, and he's able to get that second defender and throw it to a big or throw it to a shooter. Mitchell was very sharp. Pistons didn't defend well enough from the jump. Both things are true. You start giving up offensive rebounds. You start giving up drives to the paint. You start putting them at the free throw line. You don't get anything in transition because you're not getting any stops. That's not the Pistons defense that won them 60 games. That's not the Pistons defense that put them in this position to host Game 7 of the second round. And instead, I get low effort, bad defense in the game that ends your season.
Plus, you saw last night when there was absolutely zero help for Cade, what it looks like.
Well, Tom, at the half, I'll go to the half. Cade's got double digits, 4 Cavs in double figures. That's a great summary of it.
Yeah, the legend number 2 had 0 field goals. I will say this: I won't give Cade a complete pass for last night. I think a superstar shows up in a moment like that and makes it happen at least early for a little bit, but their double teaming killed him.
I was just gonna say, is this like the Chris Paul meme? Like, Cade cuts it to 25. Hey, great performance in a bad loss anyway. They were losing that game because they weren't defending and they don't have enough options offensively.
Maybe remember the game he had this series where he was 10-27, but really didn't play very well. Yeah. Maybe at least that's last night.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Nobody's going to look at that and say that's what he's capable of. It's certainly not. 248-539-9797. We'll get to what Bickerstaff said after the game at 7:02 because I don't think you should be afraid to call it what it is. But let's get back to you guys. What went wrong? And when did you turn it off? Let's get to George. You're on 97.1. George, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing, man?
All right. How about you guys?
Oh, we're doing all right.
All right. Yeah, I was calling my take on the Pistons. First of all, I want to start with Cade, I can't really take too much of Cade slander. We called this weeks ago at the trade deadline, rather. When I go back and look at the history of Detroit Pistons and what we have done over the years as far as to take us to the next level, 1989, we traded Adrian Dantley, and we went and got Mark Aguirre. The 04 Pistons, we went and traded for Rasheed Wallace. Mm-hmm. Here this year, we traded for Kevin Huerter and Daryl, what's his name? Daryl, whatever the guy's name is. He didn't even play in the playoffs, I don't think. And Huerter was a DNP yesterday. When you play in the playoffs, your playoff roster shortens to like an 8-man rotation. The Pistons was playing 10 players in the first half because we had to fish for a second option. Mm-hmm. You have to have a legitimate second option in order to go to the next level. We have to. That has been a theme for the Detroit sports to me, for the Lions, for the Tigers, and the Pistons. So I sat there as a Pistons fan. I watched it all the way through because the effort was not there, but it was clearly that offensively. Another caller just called in and said Cleveland had the 4 best players. And I agree totally. We only had not to take away from no other players, but we played Marcus Sasser the last 2 games, and what did he have? 1 minute. He had 6-8 total minutes for the playoffs,
right? And
we had to play him the last 2 games. I just think that's what we fell short at, and at the end of the day, we were who the team that we had was the team that we had.
You feel like you're grasping at straws a little bit there, right? When you're just, hey, who can we throw in here to try to save us as a life raft? And it's hard to argue with that. Let's get to John in St. Clair Shores. John, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. Sorry we're having such a solemn Monday because the table was set, but I got to ask John, as a professional athlete, that effort and the lack of fundamentals. I mean, bounce passes are, where they should have been doing bounce passes to not, have any turnovers. One-dimensional with Cade, and then ending up throwing shots up off balance. I mean, man, the wheels got loosened.
The wheels came right off.
They really did, John. But I mean, as a professional athlete, what happens did their will get taken from them? Was Cleveland that good, or were we just that not interested in the basic fundamentals?
Oh, I don't think it was that they were disinterested. I think by the end of the first quarter, I do think that Cleveland just took their will and crushed it. And they had made a great comeback in Game 6 in Orlando. They took that to 7 games. They made a big win in Cleveland in Game 6. And I think they just ran out of gas. I really do.
They're a physical team, and I'm proud of those guys. I mean, we've made a lot of major steps in the franchise, so let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater. But I will say that they're an athletic team, and fundamentally, I think the playoffs now have gone back to a half-court offense, and at a half-court, you got to have post-up players that got some moves and can generate offense instead of just one guy.
Hey, John, don't be late for work. We heard the alarm going off.
Yeah, time to get up.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
Enjoy the day.
Yeah.
Appreciate the phone call.
Yeah. I mean, you never want to be a no-show in a Game 7. Or if it's a single elimination, like you don't want to be a no-show. It does happen, not frequently. And I said this earlier, those are the games that when you're in your backyard as an 8-year-old, you're talking, hey, Pistons, Cavs, Game 7, you take that shot and it goes in and you sit there and you cheer to yourself, I just won the game. Like, that is the moment that you dream about. And to be a no-show in that game, that's why it hurts so much.
It's one thing to lose. It's another thing to play that way. It's a non-negotiable. This team should be playing with effort and defending. Yeah. And they didn't do either from the jump, and it's why the game snowballed and got ugly. It's why everybody's turning the game off and leaving. I mean, I told you, at start of the fourth quarter, down 26, see ya. And, as I'm in, here's the irony. I'm in traffic. I left early, and I'm in traffic because everybody else was leaving early, too.
Sure. I mean, they all saw the writing on the wall.
In terms of traffic.
We're not the only ones that got to get up early to go to work.
No, it's a work night for people. I mean,
school night.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I mean, if you had your kids there, you're thinking, you know what? Hey, if this is going to be a Game 7 win, I want the kids to be there to see it. If not, hey, we're bailing because you're going to school tomorrow.
Phone calls, feedback. When did you turn it off? What went wrong? And at 7:02, we got to talk about what JB said. It's 97.1.